Country music sells you 3 chords and the truth. But some of the men who built this genre buried the truth under 6 feet of Tennessee red clay. Tonight, we're not talking about broken hearts and cheating songs. We're talking about the real thing, a murder.
He's getting to me. He's talking about my earrings and my hair.
Witnessed by a teenage girl who never stopped hearing it. A 13-year-old bride and a genius who thought fame made the rules. Men the industry protected because their voices sold too many records to lose. This is the list Nashville doesn't put on a plaque. These are the 10 biggest scumbags in old country music history. Musicians only.
It's my mama and papa.
Every one of them a name that actually sang or played their way into the genre's history books. And the worst one didn't just break the law. He broke his own daughter, one blow at a time, while an entire industry looked the other way. Let's start at number 10. Number 10, Jimmy Davis.
Oh, thank you, Porter. It was with 3 other hillbilly musicians.
It's 1939. A struggling musician named Paul Rice needs cash. His wife is in the hospital, and the bills won't wait. He sells a song for $35. The buyers were Jimmy Davis and his steel guitarist, Charles Mitchell. The song was You Are My Sunshine.
As I recall, it went something like this. The other night.
And it would go on to be recorded more than 350 times, translated into 30 languages, and become one of the most recognized melodies in American music.
I was mistaken, so
Davis rode it all the way to the Louisiana governor's mansion, twice, using it as his campaign anthem both times. To this day, the song's true authorship is disputed. Some historians point to a Georgia songwriter named Oliver Hood,
How much I love you.
who reportedly performed the song years before Davis ever heard it and never saw a dime. A song about sunshine, born out of somebody else's desperation, helped fund a career in the governor's office.
I'll tell you something and tell you for sure. You know there's not much, but that old sunshine won't kill.
Number 9, Porter Wagoner.
That I recorded back quite a few years ago. The old hometown.
March 1979. Dolly Parton is finally, unmistakably a star, years removed from singing harmony on somebody else's television show. That's when her old boss decided to collect. Porter Wagoner had discovered Dolly.
Arms released, smiling sweet. It's so
Put her on his TV show in 1967 and built her into a household name. When she left in 1974 to go solo, it stung him. 5 years later, he sued her for $3 million, claiming breach of contract and a lifelong cut of her earnings.
dry. There's that old oak tree that I use.
They settled out of court for roughly $1 million. In her own words, it took everything she and her husband had to pay it. The same year the world was about to fully discover Dolly Parton, the man who found her tried to make sure he'd own a piece of her for the rest of her career.
To touch the green, green grass of home.
Number 8, David Allan Coe.
And his dad. Wet bikers stare at cowboys who are laughing.
Flip to the back pages of a biker magazine in the late 1970s and you'll find a mail order form for an album no record store would touch. David Allan Coe, outlaw country's most notorious ex-con, released 2 albums, Nothing Sacred
Take it, Daddy Bob, 'cause I can sing all that.
and the Underground album, entirely outside the mainstream system. Alongside crude comedy tracks sat material that was explicitly, unambiguously racist and misogynistic.
And I still do all the sad ones that I.
Songs no label, no radio station, and frankly no decent human being would defend. Coe has always claimed it was satire gone too far. The New York Times called it some of the most offensive material ever recorded by a popular songwriter.
Knew the words to every song I wrote.
Both takes can be true at once. This is the same man who wrote tender, aching ballads that other artists turned into hits. Two completely different instincts living in the same catalogue.
Long before Rodriguez stole that goat.
Number 7. Ernest Tubb. 5:30 in the morning, 1957. The lobby of Nashville's National Life Building is starting to fill with early arrivals. Ernest Tubb, the Texas troubadour, a bona fide Opry legend, stumbles in.
Thought he was the smartest guy in town.
Drunk, wearing house slippers, with a loaded .357 Magnum. He's furious at Opry manager Jim Denny over a business dispute.
The Bob got locked up Sunday. They got him.
And he's come to settle it the only way his blood alcohol level will allow. He fires a shot into the lobby. He misses his target entirely and nearly hits an innocent bystander instead.
He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse.
Tubb was arrested for public drunkenness, paid a small bond, and was home before lunch. No real consequences. No lasting damage to his career.
I love them all the same. All love the women.
A star with a gun and a grudge, protected by the same fame that made him dangerous in the first place.
But I don't love nobody. Well,
Number 6. Farron Young.
Imitation of an English rooster and be on my way, a cock-a-doodle-too.
Farron Young sang "Live fast, love hard, die young" like he meant every word. And the tragedy is how literally he applied that motto to the people around him, not just himself. Behind the hits,
They know each night that I'll be back to wind me up again.
Young battled alcoholism and what his own biographers openly call an abusive temper. During one drunken argument, he fired a pistol into the ceiling of his own home, with his wife standing right there. She called the police. He was arrested.
Yeah, I'll be back to wind me up again.
3 years earlier, in 1972, he'd been arrested and fined for assault after spanking a 6-year-old girl who ran on stage during one of his shows. He was posthumously inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2000. The industry remembered the songs.
I'd like to thank the folks that raised the grapes way out in.
It's worth remembering the rest too. Before we hit the back half of this list, if stories like these are the kind of country music history you actually want told straight, with the receipts, hit subscribe. This channel exists to keep the real version of this history alive, not just the polished one.
Try to wind me up each day and night next year.
Number 5. Ira Louvin.
What do you think?
Mighty proud to be here, and we're all having a good time.
Thank you.
And
What are you fellas going to sing for us?
well, we got a little old
On record, the Louvin brothers sound like salvation itself. Gospel harmonies so pure, they influenced everyone from the Everly Brothers to Emmylou Harris. Offstage,
and completely cast myself beneath your spell.
Ira Louvin was a different story entirely. Notorious for his drinking and his temper, Ira's marriages were marked by violence. In 1963, after allegedly beating his third wife and trying to strangle her with a telephone cord,
Heartache was worse, for twice I put my faith in you, and twice
she shot him multiple times, in what's widely documented as self-defense. He survived. He sang about redemption more convincingly than almost anyone in the genre's history. He lived about as far from it as a man could get. Number 4. Johnny Paycheck.
So I decided to walk downtown, get myself a little fresh.
December 19th, 1985. a bar in Hillsborough, Ohio. An argument that, depending on who you ask, started over an insult, a woman, or, famously, an offer of homemade turtle soup.
If I could, a young man came up to me and said, "Excuse me, sir, but I can't let..."
Johnny Paycheck, the man who turned "take this job and shove it" into an outlaw anthem, pulled a pistol and shot a man named Larry Wise. The bullet grazed his head. It could easily have been a murder. Paycheck was convicted of aggravated assault and sentenced to nearly 9 years.
To myself, that's the house of the Lord. And that guy's...
George Jones and Merle Haggard posted his bail. He served less than 2 before a governor's pardon set him free, and he later performed a concert inside the very prison that had held him.
So right there in front of that church, I just never...
He built an outlaw image as a marketing gimmick. In a bar over turtle soup, he made it horrifyingly real.
And I said, "Lord..."
Number 3. Lefty Frizzle. July 1947, Roswell, New Mexico. A 19-year-old singer named Lefty Frizzle is about to derail his own life before it even properly starts.
Saginaw, Michigan.
Frizzle was arrested and convicted of statutory rape involving a 14-year-old girl. He served 6 months in county jail. From that cell, filled with guilt, he wrote letters and poems to his wife.
I'm up here in Alaska.
One of which became "I Love You 1,000 Ways," his first big hit, and the foundation of a vocal style that would go on to influence George Jones, Merle Haggard, and nearly every honky-tonk singer who came after him.
But with each new day, I pray I'll strike it rich and then.
Even the Country Music Hall of Fame's own official biography doesn't shy away from the conviction. Genius and grotesque, tangled together in the same 20-year-old man.
I rode my love in Saginaw, Michigan.
Number 2. Jerry Lee Lewis.
I've been feeding that old jukebox.
December 1957. Jerry Lee Lewis is 22 years old, and the press is already calling him the future of rock and roll. Then it comes out that his new bride, Myra Gale Brown, is his first cousin once removed, and she is 13 years old.
Be much better than that old lonely room of mine.
When the story broke publicly during his UK tour in 1958, it wasn't just a scandal, it was an implosion. Shows were cancelled mid-tour, promoters walked away. A career that had been rocketing upward came crashing down almost overnight, and it took Lewis years, if not decades,
The only place to be.
to rebuild anything close to his former commercial standing. He'd been called the future of the genre days before the truth caught up with him. One decision erased a decade of momentum, and it wasn't the industry that did that damage. It was him.
Hard to climb to that lonely room to wait for.
Number 1. Spade Cooley.
Of hot lead or a swing at the end of a rope. But how times have changed.
April 3rd, 1961. Willow Springs, California. Spade Cooley was the self-proclaimed king of Western swing, a chart-topping bandleader, a movie star, the host of one of the most popular television variety shows in Los Angeles. Just a year earlier, he'd been given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That night, in his own home, he beat his wife Ella May to death over several hours. He forced her to call friends and confess to affairs first. He made her repeat the confession to their 14-year-old daughter Melody. And then Melody walked into the house. and was made to watch the rest. Cooley was convicted of first-degree murder in August 1961 and sentenced to life in prison. But because he was, by every account, a model prisoner, the state granted him parole after just 8 years.
One election day, when he was asked to play for the political campaigners. As it was, there were two candidates.
In November 1969, months before his official release date, he was given a 72-hour furlough to perform at a benefit concert in Oakland. He played the show. The crowd gave him a standing ovation. A few minutes later, backstage, he collapsed and died.
Killed the goose that laid the golden egg. Who killed it? Guess who killed it? Went out this morning to get the gold nugget. Now they laid.
Country music has always sung about broken hearts. Spade Cooley is the reminder that some of the men writing those songs broke people instead, in front of their own children, in their own homes, while an industry that loved a good voice was willing to look away.
And the bank man said, "Boy, you make it good or I'll shoot you dead. Who killed the goose that laid the golden egg?"
His star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is still there today. It remains the only one ever given to a convicted killer. Some names deserve a Hall of Fame. Some just deserve to be remembered for exactly what they did.
Who killed the goose that laid the golden egg? Who killed it?